Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I'm gonna just show this real quick. Yeah, that's John Coffey, the unpaid explorer. I got a shirt from him a few months ago. I just wanted to make sure that he knows I wear it. Sometimes I wear it under my Cleveland Brown jersey, but that's another story. So let me get to the video before I get cut off. Uh, Today I originally had it titled "Crazy Days Ahead," but I started thinking about the things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to go with trust or obedience because there's a lot of things happening out here. It's a crazy world, crazy world. China is at it again. I remember a few months ago in another video, I was talking about how China is actually splicing human DNA into pigs out there. Now they at it again. Now they putting human intelligent genes into monkeys. People say, "What's an intelligent gene?" Well, that's the gene is supposed to help people be a little smarter. It's called the MCPH1, and some Chinese guy over in China named Bing Su is injecting these uh, genes into the monkey's brain to make them smarter. Welcome to the planet of the apes. Like we don't have enough problems that China's still doing crazy stuff. People don't realize this. You got to recognize your enemy, and China is the enemy of the world. I'm just putting to you out there, just put it out there right now because they're doing stuff that they playing God with, and that's just gonna mess up everything. But the one thing about China is the smartest people in the world too, believe it or not. Let me see. I wrote it down here, wrote some notes down here. China builds the world's fastest programmable quantum computer, you know, because I'm trying to keep up with this quantum stuff and see China's way ahead of us on that, and they built this quantum computer and they doing all this stuff to these monkeys and stuff like that, these pigs, and it's just crazy. Let's see, who's in the house? Hey, little house dad, how you doing? Hefty lefty, hey, what's going on? Try it, buy it, make it, sell it. Hey, how you doing? Erica Taylor, how you guys doing? So let me go ahead and start talking before they cut me off. Okay, the truth is under attack out here. We got this problem with the shadow government. It's the ones that secretly control everything. All right, I call them the master of lies because that's what they are. And I see where some things that I said a few months ago was coming to fruition. See, people looked at me and laughed, and they never even heard of the UBI, that a university basic income that I was telling people that the government is going to try to get people and start instituting it to people. And I see where in Los Angeles that they're going to start a 12-month program uh, giving people that qualify UBIs $2,800 a month for 12 months. $2,800 a month for 12 months. United Basic Income, and they're not the only ones because Chicago's gonna start trying it too. They're gonna start giving some people, I think 3,500 people, $500 a month in a university basic income. I see Ann Arbor, Michigan is going to start doing it, and someplace up in New York, some county, I don't even know the name of it. What was it? Allister County or something like that, some Allister County. But I mean, they started this UBI. They putting it in slowly. Alaska already had it. They get theirs from the pipeline. Everybody every year, the people up in Alaska get so much money a month from that pipeline. And then now Los Angeles, which is one of the biggest counties in America, is starting with this. So they tested it out. See, like I say, you got to recognize your enemy. And the problem with this is, can you trust what they're doing, or is it just to get you to obey because they're going to do it in the poorest counties? They know a lot of us struggle. Notice I say us because I'm like everybody else. I'm included in this because I'm a fixed income Social Security recipient, like a lot of people. I'm a baby boomer, and the government are they gonna start giving you this money because they feel like they owe it to you, and you can trust them, or are they giving you this money because they want you to obey, or they're going to cut you off. Money is power. That's what all this. I won't say shit, but I didn't. That was all this stuff in Washington is about. This infrastructure bill is all about money. Because I want to start talking about who's stealing money, name the politicians and stuff like that, who's getting all these millions of dollars from the lobbyists. As long as this is hanging on, the more millions they get. If you were a billionaire and you seen that they had a bill in there that was going to affect your business, would you give a guy $1 million to stop it? Or a couple $100,000 to stop it, to slow it down? I mean, you got billions. Yes, you would. And that's what these people are doing. That's what these big tech companies are, these big pharmaceutical companies are, these coal companies are, these oil companies are, which everybody know who the big oil people are, the Bushes. And that's what they do. And that's what the lobbyists is. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's about climate control, which is part of big coal. I understand Manchin trying to protect his people, but I mean, you stealing money. I mean, let's face it. A lot of you guys out there in Congress are just holding this thing up because y'all stealing money. But that's okay. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? My buddy, 2 thumbs up. Brother from another mother. Pulse Jet. Hey, how you doing? And Prepping with Sarge, how you doing? Okay, let me read a few comments. The government can't even keep between the constitutional lines of the law. You know what? They're making their own laws now. You should notice that. Really, they are. They doing stuff as unconstitutional, and then they say, "Take me to court." They've been doing. See, they've been doing stuff like this for years. I'm gonna just put this out there, and this is not a racist thing, but they've been doing this to the black community for years. That's why most of this stuff doesn't faze me, because it's nothing new to the black community. They color coded, they called it different, that and the other. But I remember redlining. I remember segregation. Telling us for our own good. I mean, so this is nothing new. They're just doing it on a bigger scale to everybody now. That's all they do. They're doing it to everybody. The goal is to destroy the economy. You got a point there, because if you take away people's money, you got control of them. Like they already controlling the land. Let's face it, they already took control of the land. All right, that's a given. They went out and bought all they could. So now they got laws out there that prohibiting people from even growing food. They putting it. I mean, I did it in one of my last videos. I was talking about a constitutional amendment to have so you can be able to grow your own garden. See what I'm saying? They trying to take control of the people, and they rushing it. They putting it out there. And they doing it really fast. And then they talking about, well, we gonna distract them with this bill, and they keeping us distracted with this bill. And the bill ain't gonna pass today. They keep us distracted. That we can't understand that there's a struggle between the classes. There's a struggle between the rich and the poor, between the have and have not. There's no more middle class. If you think you middle class, you can forget that. You are not middle class. You can make $100,000 a year and you still not considered middle class. There's no more middle class. It's either you're rich or you're poor. I mean, you got the mega rich. See, now it's rich and mega rich. Okay. That's that 1% out there that's some billionaires. And now, then they the ones that trying to stop this plan too, because they don't want to have to pay that extra tax money. They don't want to give away nothing that they gained. Let me see what Sarge say. Hey, my friend, listening and working may not be able to chat. That's cool. Paul, that hyperinflation is the making. It's already here. Nothing we can do about it. There's no way, and they don't care. You see, because when you got billions of dollars and millions of dollars, what do you care about inflation? They don't care. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. America have a ruling class. America has a ruling class. We don't have dukes and duchesses and all them other people like that, and kings and queens, but we do have the ruling class of America, which is the multimillionaires and the millionaires. You know what I mean? And you know that they set the rules and they make the laws. Hey, Donna Diamond, Divine Purpose, how you doing? Hey, Vern, how you doing? That's very Junk Claudia. That's my YouTube cheerleader. She helped me so much getting my channel together when I was first starting off. Hey, Wisconsin Container Garden, how you doing? It says, have you seen any new videos? Felt like you was in YouTube. No, I do maybe 3 videos a week because I have family responsibilities. Like I was watching my grandson and them, and so I usually don't be able to get on here unless I come on really late at night, and I don't want to come on really late at night. Hey, Sando, how you doing? But I knew I go live every Thursday, and I may do 2 videos in between then. Renato, obey the new world or laugh out loud, you zombies. Yeah, I feel like a zombie. Hey, Gardner Josh, how you doing? Gas prices are ridiculous, and they're gonna go on. They're going up, and the Bushes control the gas prices. They got this country split up between the mega rich. The mega rich control certain parts of the government. Like I explained in that one video, who control the food. I even sat down and named the companies and how much percentage they own of who set the prices for bacon, who set the prices for ham, who set the prices for beef. And I sat down there and I went over that and I named the companies. And like I said, and the oil prices, it's no big deal. Thank you very much, Donna. How you doing? Thank you. I don't really get too many super chats like this, because I'm new at this, but I'm wild. I'm just ecstatic. Keep telling the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Love you from the Bluegrass State, Kentucky, right next door to me. I'm in Ohio. I'm up in northern Ohio though, by the lake. But you down there with Aaron. Aaron is in Dayton, and I know some other people in Cincinnati. Yeah, but like I say, it's a war, and the poor people like me, the poor used to be middle class people like me, we're in the middle because see, the rich feel like they're losing control. It is. They losing control to the ultra rich and the corporate elite rich. You see, that's all it's about. It ain't about rich or poor anymore. It's the super rich and the elite rich that are battling, and they're battling for us. Who can control us? Because they figure if they can't control the land, they can control the food, and they control what we get as far as money goes, how we make our living. Because see, the reason I figured this out, and there's no secret, when the last guy, what's his name, Trump, but they all politicians, they all the same to me. It don't make no difference. The presidency is just a figurehead thing. Thank you, Project. Buy a beer while you still can. You know what? I'm gonna go out and buy me some Johnny Walker. Get me some scotch. I should be drinking scotch because scotch get me drunk. But I will. Thank you very much. 2 thumbs up to you. So anyway, what I was saying is the last guy, he was talking about how well the economy is doing, how Wall Street is doing. But guess what? Wall Street is booming again. It's setting records. Wall Street is setting records. People out here are homeless. People out here don't have food to eat every night. They got that food insecurity. The shelves in the stores are getting empty. I was at Rite Aid yesterday, and I was back at the pharmacy picking up my prescription. I looked over there, the whole wall where they usually have gloves and socks and all that kind of stuff hanging up was totally empty. Maybe 2 or 3 things on the wall. I say I've never seen that before, and it's almost empty in spots in the shelves. And I'm thinking, man, if Wall Street is making so much money and everything is so good for these people, this 1% that actually it's 12% that owns everything, then why are the rest of us so much in trouble with paying bills and worrying about the high price of heating oil that's coming? Winter's coming. Winter is going to be here soon. And we're going to be in trouble. Everything the media put it out is 98% lies. Was kind of John. Yeah, Donna say, "Be careful, Grandpa." Laugh. I'm gonna get this out before they do anything to me, because that algorithm, they got me under their microscope. But I'm gonna make sure this get out because I'm not gonna talk about them today, and I'm not gonna talk about the reptile agenda and none of that stuff. But I could. But I am gonna say this: keep an eye on China. China. Somebody that's in there and somebody behind the scenes is doing some shady stuff. that's going to mess this planet up. I mean, from this this hybrid splicing of monkey genes and human genes and pig splicing of our genes and DNA to fooling around with the quantum stuff over there. They're trying to open up a hole to another dimension. They don't know what's going to come through if it do open up. I mean, it's just crazy. We don't know this stuff because it's all science fiction. And other scientists have warned them about that too. So I'm not telling you that it's not out there. And another thing, things have gotten so bad over in China, as far as the meat stuff goes, that the price of vegetables is more than the price of meat over in China. Figure that one out. You're paying more for vegetables than you're doing for meat. That has never been like that here, but we might be getting that way soon too. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, like I said, so we are in trouble here, people, and I don't know what to tell you because, like I say, we do everything we can. At least me, I do. You know, I go to my polls, I vote, and every time I turn around, nothing happened. And they always crying about this midterm. And then when they finish with the midterm, then they crying about the presidential, all this election. It's all politics. It's never about the people. It's never about the people. It's all about what they can get for themselves and how much they can make it. You know, I wish somebody would come in and start saying we're here for the people. I tell you, the only one I think is maybe be for the people, but his ideas are a little radical on some points, is Bernie Sanders. You know, he does go out for the people, but sometimes his ideas get too far out there. But I understand what he's saying because I can use some free dental. I can use some eye and ear too. You know, I can use all that stuff. You know, but they silence him. That's why he's an independent Democrat. He ain't like these corporate Democrats like what is his name, Munchin, Joe Munchin. That's gonna hold up everything until he get his money, till he get paid. Okay, let's see. I'm already worried about the heating bills here. Yes, isn't that a shame that we got to be cold in the wintertime? Whoa, beat. Hey, Donna say hit the button, share with Grandpa. Neither side can damn a Republican. You know what? They all the same. See, it ain't about Democrats and Republicans. It's funny because, you know, I don't consider myself a Democrat, and I never considered myself a Republican. You know, I know people that are Democrats or Republican, and they shout me down. And I'm not really what you call an independent because I vote both ways. I really do. I vote both ways on who I think can do the best for me. Paul Jet, I'm gonna tell you something. Trump is making so much money now that he's out of office, even though he lost $70 million when he was president. He is making so much money now while he's in office, while he's out of office. He ain't gonna never go back. Why would he go back? All they gonna do is this impeach him again. I mean, and then the impeachment money. Nobody even asked whatever happened to that impeachment money. Yeah, I know what happened to it. Look into Nancy Pelosi's purse. You know, you open it up and impeachment money falling all over the place because they stealing money. They stealing money. And that's what it's about. It's all about money. Nobody becomes a politician to help the people. They become a politician to be rich. And that's why I say either trust or obedience. Can we trust them or we have no choice? Or do we obey them and we get a little bit of this and that and the other? You know what I'm saying? They'll throw us out of some of that UBI money. And that UBI money is coming. It's going to come. And like I say, when I did my video on UBI, I guess it must have been about 2 months ago. I think my little pup back there, he's checking the house. 2 months ago, people started saying, no, it's never going to happen. But like I say, it's starting on a smaller scale. They do it bit by bit, little by little, to test the waters, to see how it's going to work. If it works good in Los Angeles, they're going to extend the program. It's just like that unemployment thing with the test, where they kept giving people unemployment to see if everybody was going to keep working, see if the government was going to collapse. But they ain't worried about it no more. They ain't worried about people working because they got an alternative workforce. And you know what I'm talking about, that AI, the alternative workforce is out there. Yeah. But look here, on another note, let me calm down a little bit. You know, the governor of Florida, I guess is DeSantis. His state, I guess, is in so much trouble with DeSantis. He's offering $5,000 bonus to any police officer or law enforcement officer that is willing to come down there and be a law enforcement officer in Florida. $5,000. Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. I never even heard it get that bad. That's called because them people sitting out there screaming, "Let's defund the police." Them idiots. Kids might have fun. Run off the office. Yeah. I don't think Donald Trump kids care about politics. I think it's all about money. Politics, unless you can steal, you ain't gonna make no money. Trump is American. That is why. Trump is an American. That is why. Yeah. It don't make no difference if you're American anymore. You should look around and see who's in politics and who's running things. It don't make a difference if you're American anymore. Yep. It doesn't make a difference. It's whether you rich or you poor. You don't see another poor guy come in and become president. You'll never see that again. They can't find people who work here. Defund the police is crazy. That was one of the craziest things they ever. It made me call it George Soros. George Soros is one of them what I call it dark money people. One of them dark. He ain't even a deep state. He just dark money. He sat up there. He said, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how we can just destroy America." And he started throwing money at people that didn't know what to do with money, and they went out there and they started acting foolish and stupid stuff. And now they sit up there. We don't have police officers. I'm not worried. I got my police officer. I carry it on my hip. But like I say, but the rest of the people, and there's a lot of senior citizens in these big cities. Like I say, I'm in a big city. I mean, some people say they watch 48 Hours. They see all that stuff we have going on in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm writing all that stuff here because it's a lot of stuff going on. We always on the next 48 hours. And that shows you why more women are becoming gun owners in America than ever before. More women own more guns than ever before. And I tell anybody, if your state allow it, get you one and get trained. At least learn how to load it, lock it, and pull the trigger correctly. Don't be like them guys in that movie shoot that ended up shooting that lady. Don't do that. Get trained. Get somebody that know how to work a gun. Don't go get your Uncle Bob that says he was in the war and he knew what to do with a gun, and Uncle Bob is a little senile. You don't want that. Get you one that knows what they're doing, because that's what it's all about. Money. Yeah, it's all about money. It's vast amounts of money. Forces beyond our control. That's what I always say. It is what it is. See, because like I say, we can end up like Venezuela. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. People say Wall Street is holding this country together. That's not true. That's not true. The everyday people, like me and you, we're holding this country together. We are. We keeping all this stuff from happening and collapsing. You know, you can take all these people, these Harvard scientists and these USC money management people, and say how things are going to happen. No. We are going to hold things together because that's what we do. Because we are Americans, and if you like me, you love this country. I wouldn't want to live nowhere else. I wouldn't want to live in Nigeria, or Venezuela, or Argentina, or France, or none of them other places. You know, I don't want to live in the Netherlands where they say you get free, you'll be out in the Netherlands and get all the smoke and weed you want. I don't smoke. I mean, I'm just saying, but I'm happy here. This is where I am. I'm born, raised, and my roots are here. And I make sure that this country stays strong as much as I can do. It ain't like I'm a politician, but they got a movement out. I don't know if you guys know it. They got an anti-prepper movement. It is gaining steam. And I don't know who's behind it. I don't know why they blaming the preppers. They saying we hurting the economy. But they got a movement out. So keep your ears open and watch that, because it's out here. And it is going to get worse. They considered us hoarders and whatever. They blaming us for all these people going out and doing these mass buying at one time. All these people that buying the toilet paper. I mean, they blaming us. I don't know what to talk about that. I don't understand that. All I know is we got all this untraceable corporate money out there that's buying all our politicians, and they giving them all this money for their influence, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's why they keep giving recalls. Yeah, we might have to recall a few of these people that's in office because some of them, they just doing the wrong thing. So preppers won't eat meat. You know how I feel about that. I did a video on that too, where they got the CEO of one of these big old possible meat companies saying in 15 years that everybody will be eating their product. Everybody will be eating fake meat. There will be no meat, and they're attacking meat. That's like they're attacking the ability to grow a garden and have a chicken or something on your farm, on your land. See here in Cleveland, you can have chickens. We got chickens. I seen them. We got chickens. I delivered when I was delivering mail. I was delivering chickens. The little chickens. You're allowed to have chickens in Cleveland. Matter of fact, you're allowed to have pigs. You're allowed to have pet pigs. See, so I don't know if we don't have that law here. But when I seen that, I was like, I can't believe it. Why would they want to stop people from having the ability to grow food, which is amazing to me, which still I can't understand. See, like I say, it's just about obedience. Pretty soon, we're gonna be like what we seen in those TV shows or the Hunger Games and stuff like that, where we won't have no choice but to obey if we want to eat. You want to eat, you must obey. It's like Soylent Green, it turned out Soylent Green was people. So that's what's coming to. And it's like a science fiction thing to me because, like I say, I'm a child of the 60s. I remember when the first Star Trek came out, that was fantastic to me. I still always remember that episode. I was like in shock and awe. So, like I say, it's all this stuff that we're doing now, the struggle between the classes and all this stuff that's happening right now. The law to grow food, and it's all crazy to me. And then it turned out that they found evidence that it is a multiverse. I'm like, whoa, they blowing my mind. There's too much information out here, So I'm just saying, what we're gonna do is just try to survive, keep prepping. It's gonna get cold. This winter is gonna be really bad. Everybody says it's gonna be bad, and I think it's gonna be bad. And I want everybody to make sure that you got everything you need. If you're going out on the road, make sure you have your blankets. You got some kind of heat source in your car, even if some little hand warmer things, because a lot of people are gonna get caught on the roads, and roads gonna get stopped like out of nowhere. They're gonna stop. We had a flood out here on our Interstate 90 where people couldn't even get through. And that's a major highway going from the east to the west. If you was going to New York on that part of 90, you couldn't get through. Let's see. Depopulation, trying to wipe out a few billions of it. They're working on it. Stardust, it is coming, and they slowly but surely, they killing us off slowly but surely. I can't talk about this last little thing that happened out here. Everybody know what I'm talking about. But I mean, how many people died from this last little thing that happened out here? What, about 1 million, 2 million? Now, I went, like I said, I was at the Rite Aid yesterday and picking up a prescription, and I asked the pharmacist in there, can I get my flu shot? Because I get a flu shot every year. I've been getting a flu shot since I worked for the post office. I started getting the flu shot, and I haven't had the flu. So I went to get a flu shot. She told me I couldn't get a flu shot because they have too many people that's lined up to get the vaccine booster shots or whatever. But when I came in, it was a sign on the door that said they are out of the vaccine booster shots. See, the sign said they were out. So I went back and asked for a regular flu shot. She said I couldn't get it because they had all these people lined up, but they don't have anybody because they out. So she told me I had to make an appointment. I said, man, forget it. So I mean, people do that. They blow smoke up your ass. And that's what I said, sorry about that. And that's what they do. That's what she was doing. I think she just didn't want to do it. No, we aren't allowed to have them in city limits. Whoa. Unbelievable. Open range is feed them, and you have 60 to 70 yards all day. Yeah, but like I say, everybody Next summer, next grow season, I'm gonna say not summer. Next grow season, everybody should get some kind of garden. Grow something. Even if you just growing tomatoes, grow something. Get used to growing something. I mean, get like me. I got a few containers. I grow a little garden out there. I grew some potatoes and some onions and some peppers, and they all grew. You know, they all came up. I harvested them. I got a nice little harvest. But like I say, grow something because pretty soon, when you go to the store and you go there and you're going to get you some celery or some lettuce, and you see the price of lettuce is like $11 for a head of lettuce, you're gonna pass out on the floor, and it's coming. Prices are gonna get just like that, and what's gonna happen is we'll have no way to stop it from happening because the meat is controlled by, like I say, 4 or 5 companies, and the vegetables, they bought all the land for all the people that grow the vegetables. So we heading that way. We heading that way. And then they got all these container ships out there saying that they can't unload them. Let me ask you a question. If you were in charge of the Port of California or any of these other ports, like the one in Houston and all that stuff down there, if you were in charge and you had all the container ships out there, could you find a way to get them unloaded? That's what I'm saying. You probably say yes. I can too. I mean, it's all logistic, and it's just crazy that all of a sudden they don't know how to unload ships. We're not that stupid, and people buying into it. And the longer them ships stay out there, the more money that they making. Like I said in my last video, that we got half the material and they charging twice the price on the half of the material we got here. And then when we get the other half out the ship unloaded, they're gonna still charge you twice the price. So what they making? Twice the money. See what I'm saying? It's all about money. Hey, Josh, how you doing? So they getting us. That lady took her kids to get the flu shits, but with mistaken giving the Jabberoo, she's suing them now. Wow. Man, you know what I thought about that when I went there too? I hope they understand that I want a flu shot, not that other one, because I already got that other one about a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever it was, back here in the summer. Yeah, you can't even grow from scraps of vegetables you already have. I did a video on it. Yeah, really, you can. You know, you believe me, you can grow a lot of things that you need to start growing. I mean, maybe I'm a little paranoid, but I'm not, because let me tell you before I start talking about my paranoia, because I'm only gonna talk about another 20 minutes. We're gonna have a cyber attack. I'm not a psychic. This is a fact. This is a warning issue from the Homeland Security, the CIA, and the FBI, and all them. We're expecting a cyber attack from Russia. They named the source, coming this winter. They don't know when, and they don't know how or where, but they say we're going to get it's going to be a super cyber attack. So those of you who don't have generators and stuff like that, better get something, because we're going to have an attack this year. They're going to probably wait to the worst day of the year, and they're going to probably hit us with that cyber attack. They're going to probably knock out everybody's phone service when they need to be calling for emergency services. So like I say, remember I told you this right now, we got a super cyber attack warning. It is coming. This is from Homeland Security, the CIA, and FBI, and all them. So just so you know, we got a super cyber attack coming this winter. Yeah. So anyway, let me whatever I was talking about, my paranoia. So yeah, this is not like 9/11 where they didn't know them planes was gonna hit the building. They knew it was coming, something was gonna happen. I hope we don't have no more 9/11, but this could be worse than 9/11 if they knock out a big chunk of the country's infrastructure with this cyber attack. So don't think everything is going hunky-dory because you got TV and you can sit here and listen to me on YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I really do. But I'm just saying, cyber attack is on its way. So we got to be ready for it, okay? Yeah. Yep. So like I said, I'm about through bashing the politicians. They work for us and we don't work for them. But pretty soon that's gonna be switched around, where we're gonna be working for them instead of them working for us. And I seen stuff like that. How things could get flip-flopped really quickly. Florida government told them to make their way to Florida, and the ships would be unloaded. They can come here. We got a port in Cleveland. You know, we're on the Great Lakes. They can come on up here. We can handle big ships like that. You know, the port of Cleveland. They can come up here. We'll unload them. We'll be happy to unload them. We don't play around. We'll get them unloaded. You know, one world government, one world currency, one world religion. There go. You know what? I see where Nigeria is going to digital currency now. Nigeria. Now, people think of Nigeria as a third world country. Nigeria is not a third world country in Africa. They're more modern than Egypt. You know, Nigeria is a front running country up there in Africa. They matter of fact, in some places they're ahead of us. They're already doing digital currency, so they going to the one world currency. Everybody going to this digital currency, which is going to really cause problems when it's collapsed. Okay. Oh yeah. Or the EMP attack really worries me. Yeah. It's gonna be worse than the EMP. You know, because they've been testing for years. They get into your stuff and they knock stuff out. You know, I know a couple of people that can't go 24 hours without their cell phones. You know, they start sweating. Grandpa, how long would it take? The worst connect people scrambling, fighting for food. Okay. I'll give you a time now. I'll give you a scenario. Let's say today, right now, if all of a sudden, right at this moment, that everything cuts off from a cyber attack, you know, people start trying to fool around. They try to call a providers or whatever, whoever provide this service. They're gonna take them about 2 or 3 hours before they get in touch with somebody that knows what's going on. So then they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait 6, 7 hours because they don't have no information. You know, they're gonna wait and they're gonna wait and say maybe they'll be coming on in the morning. So they get up in the morning, everything's still out. So now they can't go to work because they don't even know that their job is open. So then what's gonna happen is once after they find out that this stuff might not come back on in long term, I give it 48 hours. 48 hours before somebody starts the looting. You know, 48 hours before somebody say we going to McDonald's and take all them burgers out of there, all them burger patties, or we're going to smash the windows of the local CVS pharmacy. 48 hours before stuff starts to happen. Tina Dones, Joe Manchin hold the press conference for his yacht. And that's his new one he gonna buy? Because they gave him $1.5 million, them lobbyists did. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? But anyway, yeah, he made $1.5 million for holding up this bill in Congress from those lobbyists. You know, those people that go out there and pay you to do their bidding. That dark money that nobody seems to really think it's out there. It's out there. They can have you fight for food in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, you be fighting for your life. Paul Jet, 2 weeks, you be fighting for your life. In 48 hours, you'll be fighting to get another meal because some people don't even get a meal every day. Well, I mean, I'm just speaking for the city, in the city where I'm at in Cleveland. 48 hours, things will go crazy. And let me tell you, in 36 hours, there will be no more police. The police is going to see what's going on, and they going to do whatever they're going to do. They're not going to be out on the street and their families at home. They got that officer may have a wife and 3 kids, and he is their only protection. He is not going to be in my neighborhood trying to protect me. He's going to be in his neighborhood protecting his wife, and I can understand that because it's like New Orleans when they had the Katrina, you know. So I'm just saying, the best to know is to get a transistor radio if you can to keep up with the information and what's going on, because information is going to be the key to survival. And if you don't have some walkie-talkies or something like that where you can get in touch with somebody else, you're going to be in worse shape because you're going to have to depend on other people telling you what's going on. It started us, I laugh at Grandpa's comment about how people will start to sweat if they lose their phone. Yeah, they will. I mean, come on. I mean, how many people you know that lost their cell phone and then they go into a panic? You know what I mean? I don't know where my phone is at. I don't know. I may have left it in the car. I may have left it on the bus. I don't know. And they sweating. It's like It's like they owe some kind of medication. I mean, so I'm like, wow. And then you see the people with the phones, and all they do is walk with their heads down. Those are the ones that get me. And I don't watch them get hit by buses, so I know they crazy. Kids today don't know about these telephones. Shoot, we had a payphone every corner. I remember those payphones because they used to tell us in the post office, make sure you got your quarters. Because if you can't make it back or you need help, call them on the phone. Rotary. I had a rotary. I had a rotary up until about a year ago. It was an old time rotary too. It came with the house. Guys, the phone worked, so I kept it. Yeah, dude, we had push button. We had the phone on the wall in the kitchen. You walk in the kitchen, the phone was hanging on the wall. We had two phones, one in the kitchen, one in the dining room. Yep. Now they got cell phones everywhere. I got one. Like I said, I just figured out how the thing worked about a month ago. Now I could do a little bit of stuff with it, but usually I just call people. I had a flip phone. The best phone I ever had was a flip phone. I wonder do I still got that flip phone in here? Yeah, it's somewhere around in here. Nope, it's not in there. Yeah, but I had a flip phone. I love that flip phone. Best phone I ever had. Let's see. It came with the house. It did. It came with the house. It left. It was an antique phone. It had them old hookups too. Didn't have to put the cord. It had the old one. We screwed them in the wire. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what we got. Read some of these comments here. Okay. Yeah, good. I'm all caught up. Like I say, basically, we pretty good. I mean, like I said, if you prepping, if you storing away stuff, and if you safe in a safe spot, because everybody's not gonna be safe. And I'm gonna tell you, the honest to God truth, a lot of people when they get on here, they start talking about prepping and stuff like that, and they sound like they safe. A lot of people are not safe. You're gonna have to make yourself safe because it's a lot of people out there. A lot of people. It ain't gonna be like zombies. It's gonna be like a zombie invasion. Because when you're in a big city like me, and my city is nowhere near big as New York or Chicago or Atlanta. And when you're in those cities, I mean, I'm talking about in the city. I'm not talking about in the suburbs. I'm talking about in the city. When you're in the city, you got to make sure that you're safe. And you got to make sure that you hold on to what you got. And because I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth, somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt because that's the way it is. Stuff happen, and you just don't want to be that person to get hurt because there's gonna be people out there that's gonna test your resolve and your survival skills. We have some little walkie-talkies on your range about 3 miles or so. Yeah, better not. My walkie-talkie said they up to 3 kilometers, but I tested them out. But I only tested them about a kilometer. They worked up to a kilometer, a mile away, and I think that's about as far as I want anybody that's in my group to venture out a mile away. But like I said, yeah, 3 miles is good. But like I said, it depends on where you at. So I'm in the city. I got trees here too, so my signal would get blocked and stuff like that. So that's why I say mine is a 3 mile kilometer, but it's only work about a mile that I tested it. It was still working. Purchased one of those last week, Cobra. Oh, radio emergency. That's very good. That Cobra is a very good one. My brother, he used to be a CB guy. He had the base station and all that stuff. Neighbors used to hate him because every time he got on there, he used to mess with their TVs. They probably just think when the druggies and the predators get out, are they real zombies too? Yeah. Because see, a lot of them won't be able to get that fentanyl and all that other stuff that they hooked on. And you ever see them when they go into the rehab, they'll do anything to get it. Anything. They have no regard for their safeties. The safety. They don't care. Their mind is driven by that addiction, and it's gonna cost them in the desperation. Yeah. I will hold my own until I can't. I will not bug out and deal with more fools in the street. Thank you, Wisconsin Container Garden. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay right here because I done told people I have limited mobility. I walk. I can get up. I go around. I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm on a cane though because it helps me walk better. But like I say, I am not going to be on a refugee caravan. I'm not going to be out there to put myself in a situation where I can get hurt. And right now, I'm right here. I secure myself. I got what I need to protect myself with. I got food, water, and everything I need right here. And I have a better chance of surviving right here than I would have trying to get to an airport or something like that on a refugee train, because there's people in that refugee train that's going to also be coyotes and wolves that's going to take advantage of you in that train. So, I mean, go ahead and bug out if you want to. I'm not telling people that's healthy, 20 years younger, 30 years younger in their 20s that can run if they had to be chased and stuff like that. You know, go ahead. I mean, bug out if you want to, but you better know where you're going, or else you're gonna be running all your life, because you gotta know where you're going. I mean, I love to watch these movies about people bugging out, and they out there and they struggling, they being chased, and they going places. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But if I do have to leave my location right here, like if the fire or something like that, they burn me out or something like that, and I have to go, I will go. But I got another spot I will go to, 2 or 3 other spots I will go to that is not far from here. That is, it's about 15, 16 blocks other than here, but it's a more safe, a secure spot, but it's already occupied. So I'm gonna have to be the marauder. maybe, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Stardust, thank you very much. 2 thumbs up. Wow, I done made a lot of money today. I didn't know. That. Wow, little house that I am playing the bug in also week would be an easy target with small children. You're right. If you got small kids, like I got a grandson that's staying with me right now, and he's only 4. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be caught on the road with young kids, because they will be used against you. Somebody will snatch one of your kids, and you think them people down in Haiti have a problem? Talking about $17 million. What if somebody has snatched 2 of your 3 kids and say, "Give me all your supplies, or you'll never see your kids again"? What are you gonna do? You see what I'm saying? You're gonna give them all the supplies, because you don't. Because see, life or your kids is worth more than your life. You gotta protect your grandkids and your kids. Say 50 and arthritis in both legs, can't run but can shoot at 12 games. Me too. Like I say, I got arthritis in my knees. That had five surgeries on my left knee, plus the 2 replacements I had. At knee replaced twice. I think I told you about that one. And I had 1 knee surgery on this one. I got arthritis in both knees, and now I got it in my left hip, the one I had the knee replaced. Because of the knee, he gave me arthritis in the hip. Now I need a hip replacement, but I ain't gonna get the hip replaced because it just hurt, but I can deal with it. And that's crazy. I can't run, but I can walk. You see, I'm still up. And like you say, 12 gauge. 12 gauge and plenty of ammo. Like I say, so like I say, I recommend that people do whatever they can do. But if you're in a bigger city, like a New York, I don't know how you guys gonna make it if everything go bad. But you can't assume, and I sure can't assume that everybody in New York is gonna go out and start trying to rob everybody else. Because I seen this one movie called Bushwick, and I liked it. I really like it. It had, I think, Brittany Murphy in it, and I like it. And it was about a little civil war. They've been invaded by some guys from the South, and they started a little civil war up there. And they thought the people in New York didn't have guns. So their intel was wrong. Every city, even city that's supposed to not have guns, got guns. This is America, people. Everybody got guns. So don't ever assume that people don't have guns. And that's what's going to happen to get a lot of people out here that's going to be calling themselves marauders, that's going to be coming to your place to try to take your stuff. They're going to assume that because you female or because you old, you don't have a weapon. Now, I'm not preaching that you go out and shoot somebody. I'm just preaching that you need to protect yourself, because there won't be no police to do it. There won't be no firemen coming. There won't be no EMS coming. There won't be no first responders at all. And like I say, after 36 hours, Ain't no police coming because they're going to be with their families. If I was a police officer, I'd be out there for the first 12, for the first 24. But after that, and I see how things are going, I got to go take care of my family. I can't let them get hurt because I'm out there saving your family and my family's dying. That's not gonna be what happens. See, I can say this because I know some police officers. I know some law enforcement people that's in my family. And I know this is what they think. And they never tell me this, but I know this because this is the way we talk. They can't come out and write and just tell me this, but I know what they thinking because they tell me where they're gonna be at when things get like that. They can't have my supplies after I dust them with Amtrak's. Yeah, Amtrak's, man. Hey, John Coffee, I'm paid for Explorer. Yeah. Look, John Coffee, check this out. You see that? I'm wearing your shirt and Commander's Bacon's hats. Let's see, they can have my supplies. The Amtrak, man, don't fool with that. I worked for the post office back in 90, what was it? In the 90s when that Amtrak came out. Man, you talking about people that were scared and terrified. I wasn't scared and terrified, but I mean, other people were. They made us wear gloves and masks. They did. They made us wear gloves and masks. It's mandatory. They can't have my supplies. I took the carry conceal class last summer. I learned there are 8 million people registered gun owners in Ohio. Yeah. Yeah, it's more than that. That's not registered. It's more than that. That's not registered. Trick or treat. Where is my candy treat? Yeah, but you know what? Like I said, I'm only gonna talk about another 9 minutes. I'm gonna cut off before they cut me off. Like I say, so far so good. I had no problems. My picture is clear. It's not buffering and everything like that. That was me cleaning off the lens. Yeah. So like I say, what was I talking about? I think I mentioned that the S&P and the Dow Jones have made record profits again. I think I mentioned that. I think we coming close to being like Venezuela. It will only take a little bit to make us collapse. We just that close, and we still have people that's not eating. We still got food insecurity, But you know what? Somebody told me this, and I tend to believe them because I came from a working class family. My father was a steel worker, J&L steel plant. He worked there 36 years, and I learned something with strength. With struggle comes strength. You got to struggle, and you make you stronger. And they say, "What doesn't kill you make you stronger?" And sometimes that is true. Sometimes, not all the time, because right now everybody that I know is struggling in some way. But I want to get this out there because I want to make sure that people understand that don't lose your mind. We know there's much security going on. We know things are going to get tough. Really, things are definitely going to be tough. Everybody out here telling you that things are going to be rough and be tough. But if you don't get your mindset right now, see, I know everybody say you got to be physically prepared, but you also got to be mentally prepared because some people you can't do so many things, because your age, your disability, but you can still got this. Be ready to use that in a way that will help you survive because you got to be strong. Like Donna said, only the strong survive. And that's what we got to do. We got to make sure that if you're not able to do what need to be done, that it might cost you or it might cost somebody. I mean, I don't know how many of you watch The Walking Dead. See, I love The Walking Dead. And I sit up there and I watch some of these guys in The Walking Dead, and some of them, like I figured I'd be like a Dale. Dale got killed off early in the second season, or somebody like Glenn, one of the moral compass type people that'll be me. But they still did what they had to do. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. It's gonna be your survival on the line and the survival of your family on the line. Because like I say, if you only got so much food, if somebody come knocking at your door, And they say, please, 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 can you give me a can or something? I got kids, I need this and I need that. It's up to you, but you got to know your limitations. Oh, but then you got to be careful too, because you got those people gonna knock on your door that go on a barter. Then you don't know what they really doing, because this is just gonna be a matter of trust out there. Okay, see, I done drifted way back from the original plan with trust and obedience. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Yeah, I like your zombies. I like zombies too. Zombies was the only problem for the first year. After that, it was the people. Yep, and that's what it's always gonna be. It's gonna always come down to people, because people are the most dangerous things on this planet, and that's why we're gonna have a problem with the AI. If the AI ever becomes sentient, that's what I mean by sentient is if it ever becomes self-aware and think like people, is smarter than people, it will realize that people are a virus on this planet, that we destroy everything we touch. And once that happens, what do you do with a virus? There you go. Or disease, uh, you cut it out, and that's what will happen. So that's why I say we don't even have a problem with ourselves. We're gonna have a problem with that in the future, and I can see that coming. And maybe these videos I make might still be around. Somebody might go back to it and say, "Hey, back in 2021, this guy said that we were gonna have a problem with these machines, and there they are." But we ain't looking that far ahead. We just looking at what's our next meal gonna be. Some places. Let's see. I got back from service department at the local Toyota dealership. I went there for an oil change. They said I needed tires, batteries, cabin filter, air filter. Only got the oil change. Yeah, they always try to sell you the filters. They do that when you go to the oil change. Yeah, yeah. And the only reason they told you need a battery, because if your car is over 7 years old, they always try to sell you a battery. So I just bought tires. I went and got tires. Because I know the winter's gonna be bad. I need to get tires, so I got tires last 2 weeks ago. I bought tires. Yeah, went to Conrad's, and they gave me some Firestone tires. I got $120 rebate. That's cool. But I had some other stuff done too. They flushed my system, but that's a whole nother story. Unpaid before over diagnostic level. Yeah, they charge you over $100 for diagnostic if you want them to take the diagnostic. 4 tires for $1,000. Yeah, mine. Shoot, I got $120 rebate. Mine was $968. One battery, $170. Filter, $25. Wow, I had to get no battery this year. I got a battery 2 years ago. Filter, wow, I had to get those for a while. Well, that's what they do. Yeah, they make their money, and you know what? And when you look at it, it's a lot of it is labor. I tell my daughter that when my grandson get older, he's not going to college. He's going to be an auto mechanic so that he can gouge these rich lawyers and doctors that's charging me all of the money for my medical. He can charge them $70 an hour. Yeah, get back at them. Yeah, this is gonna be a strange and macabre season coming up this winter. Yeah, the reason I say macabre is we know it's gonna be strange. The reason I say it's gonna be macabre is because it's gonna be a lot of death. A lot of death. That's what's gonna make this winter different than a lot of other winters. You know, not only from that other thing that's out here, that we don't talk about, that thing that shall not be mentioned. Kind of like a Vincent Price movie, that thing that shall not be mentioned. Besides that, it's gonna be a lot of weather related death out here. Because this is the death season for senior citizens. We get that pneumonia, and it just kills a lot of us. So we got to make sure our houses stay warm. We got to make sure that we stay warm, and you got to make sure you stay fed, because when you're undernourished, you get sick faster. And a lot of people don't realize that when you're undernourished, you do get sick faster. So, like I say, make sure you got all your preps out there. Keep prepping, keep getting stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to get some more stuff this weekend. I see where our local supermarket got 3 cans of Campbell Chunky soup, the chunky one. 3 cans for $1.88. Wow. That's a price I haven't seen in a while. So I'm gonna go get me some of them also. So anyway, I talked long enough. John called me and said, "Whatever happened to the 1999 oil change?" Ain't no such thing because that don't include all the other stuff. They don't even include oil. Don't worry about it. It's just a way to get you in there. The 10-minute oil change places are just like that. You go in there for the 15.99 10-minute oil change, it's $43. They get you. Anytime you take your car someplace, they get you. That's why I say, um, make sure my grandson become an auto mechanic so he can gouge them guys at $70 labor. Anyway, thank everybody for watching. Like I said, I was only going to talk an hour, and like I said, I got a little bit sidetracked. But the bottom line to this whole thing today: can we trust them? What they're doing for us in our government and in people in charge, or are they doing this just to make us obedience? Because, like I say, places got the UBI now. Like Los Angeles is testing it for the next 12 months to a lower income people. They're gonna give them $28 in Los Angeles, $28, $2,800, and then in like places like Chicago, Ann Arbor, Michigan, and this county up in New York, they're gonna test it up there too. It's testing it on a small scale, but it's coming, and that UBI is gonna be something that you need to keep an eye out on. Okay, like I say, I'd like to thank everybody and thank everybody for giving me the super chats, and I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, and I'd like to thank the algorithm for not cutting me off today. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you.